Hey everybody, this is Mike, this is Let F Media, and hey, just want to take a couple minutes to follow up to the video that I made earlier this week talking about my switch from the Apple Watch to the Garmin Forerunner 165. That got a lot of positive feedback, and so wanted to do a quick follow-up video to that to let you know how it's going. And I will say this, the one thing that I've noticed above all the other things, not that there are many, but the one thing that I've noticed is the user interface. So if you remember back to the video that I did, there were some things that I was concerned with switching from an Apple Watch, which has a very streamlined user interface because it's a watch that closely resembles the iPhone and the iPad. You have access to everything. It's all manipulated through the screen. You very rarely have to touch any buttons. And so it works just like your iPhone or like your iPad. And so my concern was going from that to a Garmin device, which relies more on buttons. Now, the reason why I wanted to go to a Garmin is because I wanted all that extra data, the health-related data and the running data that I wasn't getting from the Apple Watch. So in the 1 week that I've had it, I am very pleased with all the data points that it's giving me. I've started the Garmin Coach, and so that's got me on a training plan, which you couldn't get from the Apple Watch. So that in itself is a positive. When I'm out running, I've got gloves on because it's cold now, and the buttons help me maneuver through the different menus and the different windows and widgets. And so I really enjoyed that. I do enjoy the display when you are running. I mean, look at that display. Oh, geez, my arm doesn't twist that way. I mean, that is a very good looking display, very bright, easy to read. That's another positive. The Apple Watch, I did have a hard time seeing some of the smaller fonts, but this AMOLED display, very nice. So where is the hiccup? Where is the friction point? And it's in the user interface, being that it's so different than the Apple Watch. When you look at this home screen, yes, you can press and hold certain things. For example, notifications. I can press and hold it, and that'll take me to my notifications, but then once I see it, that's it. That's all you get. You can't interact with it. You can't provide a quick response. With an Apple Watch, if you get a text, you can do certain things, like you can double tap it and attach an emoji to it, or you can do some formatted text. You can do voice to text. You can record a voice message. You can handwrite a message. And so there are a lot of different ways to interact with that text message that you just can't do with the Garmin watch. Similarly, I get notifications when I get a phone call. But there's nothing, I can't take the phone call because there's no microphone. There is a speaker, but there's no microphone. And I don't get emails. That's another thing. Now, I don't know if there's an app that I can go to the Garmin store and download that might allow me to see emails, but that's not the strength of this watch. And if you're gonna get a Garmin watch, you're not doing it because of that kind of data. You're getting a Garmin watch because of the GPS functions, the map feature. The one thing that I love doing is creating a custom run. I go to the Garmin app, I create my route, I download it to the watch, and as I'm running, it's telling me where to go. Or I can start a run and it'll tell me how to get back to my starting point. And so those are the things that you really look for in a Garmin watch. And it's not so much the user experience, the interface, being able to manipulate emails, texts, phone calls. That's not why you get it. So a very quick video today. Just want to let you know that the Garmin watch is living up to everything I needed it to do. But if you're someone who really relies on that user experience, that interface, being able to interact with texts or emails or phone calls, then you're probably gonna be very frustrated with Garmin. But if those things are secondary to you and your primary concern is that GPS and the running data and the health data, then the Garmin is worth every penny you'll spend on it. And to be honest, this wasn't any more expensive than getting an Apple Watch. So the cost is right there about this. And the battery life, don't even get me started about the battery life. My Apple Watch, real quick, my Apple Watch I used to have to charge every day before I went to bed because I liked wearing it at night to get that sleep data. The Garmin, I can let it go for 3 or 4 days before I absolutely have to charge it. Even longer if I'm not doing a lot of GPS type activities. So again, so far, Garmin watch has been worth every penny. So hey, this is Mike, this is Load F Media. Thanks so much for taking the time, checking out the channel. And if you like talking about tech, whether it's cameras, microphones, or watches, iPads, the like, hey, become a subscriber, hit the notification bell. And if you got value out of this, hey, hit a thumbs up. And if you got any questions on the Garmin watch, what it does, what it doesn't do, the transition from Apple to Garmin, hey, hit me up in the comments. Be glad to answer those for you. But for now, that's all I got. Hope you guys are taking care, and we will see you in the next one.